We are walking into Universal CityWalk. We were both in the mood for some delicious Mexican food tonight, so we got ourselves a reservation at Antojitos, and we're gonna do a little review of it and grab some food. It's gonna be delicious. It's kind of like I feel like it's kind of like an upscale Mexican restaurant, like a little bit more upscale than maybe the Mexican restaurant around the corner.
Yeah, and they always have, well, every time we've been, they've had live music, so
yeah,
there'll probably be music.
Usually have live music, so we'll see if they have it. Good thing about Antojitos is it's usually pretty easy to get into.
Yeah.
Like when the other restaurants are booked and full, difficult to get a reservation, or even if it's full. Quick tip, you can usually still do walk-up. So if you can't get a reservation, so you can get a reservation online at any CityWalk restaurant. But even if you can't get a reservation, try the walk-up, because we've had a lot of success getting a walk-up. Maybe 30-minute, 45-minute wait. But even just check last minute, you can usually get like a reservation. So we got one tonight, and we're gonna review the food. It's great. Maybe we'll get something different than we normally would get. So yeah, let's see. I'm excited because I have been wanting some Mexican food for a while. We haven't actually had Mexican for a while.
No,
like we haven't
I love
eaten any Mexican food for quite a bit, surprisingly, unless you count Chipotle, because I eat that pretty often. But so technically, I guess. But like really, Mexican food, we haven't had it for a while. And the last couple I feel like we've had have not been good. So I'm hoping for a winner tonight. So just for a reference point, if you're looking for Antojitos, when you come into the main CityWalk and you're in sort of this circular square here, you got Big Fire. Over across the way, you see Hard Rock. If you look up to the left, straight over to the left past the Universal Legacy store, you'll see Antojitos. It's usually pretty easy to see, but I will say there are actually a lot of things that are tucked back behind this Universal store, behind Cowfish, right back in there. There's actually several restaurants. There's a karaoke bar back there. There's Bob Marley's back there. There's the Dueling Piano Bar. So there's actually a lot. I think most people have a misconception that that's where the clubs are, sort of the nightclubs. Most of those are closed because of COVID, but there's actually some really fantastic restaurants back there. So I highly recommend that you give it a look. Go on back there. There's a lot of great food back here. And so this is where we're headed. We're headed to Antojitos. They have outdoor seating and indoor seating, and usually have live music. Here we are up close, about to go into Antojitos. You can see right over here. See, this is where the outdoor patio seating is. And then there's another walkway over there. It takes you, if you see the chocolate emporium over there. So if it's not, and it's a beautiful night out tonight. I mean, it's beautiful. It's not too hot. It's not too humid. Got some little fans there. So it's actually a great place to grab a bite. Over here, they have this cool little swanky, 70s, 60s style Volkswagen van over here. It's an interesting, neat place. We like it. And then they have a few more tables over on this side. Not as many as they used to have due to, social distancing, but pretty good place. Right in here. A nice little bar here, right in the middle. And I believe these are first come, first served. So first come, first served. Just grab a seat here. There's plenty of open spots. Like I said, you can usually get a reservation or a walk up in here. For the food runners right here, get a sneak peek at some of the food. Oh, and they brought the Tableside guacamole back. I think I might have to actually go for that. They shut that down for a while because of COVID, so it looks like they brought it back. I think we might give it a shot. This is the stage here where they usually have live music. And up there you can see there's a balcony. There is a second floor that they use when it gets pretty busy. It doesn't look like there's anybody sitting up there right now, though. So it's not too busy right now. But you can even see the music. You can hear the music and see it from upstairs as well. Every time we come in here, I think these little booths right here are so cool. Got this like little mesh, kind of like these like self-enclosed little half-moon booths. I always want to sit in one, but I never have enough people. Or I have too many. I either have too many people to sit there, or I don't have enough people. So I don't ever get to sit in these cool little booths. But they're neat. Oh boy. So the waiter just dropped us off some chips and salsa. Get a good look at those chips there. Nice golden color. And then we've got the chips. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but it's kind of mounded up. You can see how thick that salsa is there. And it was just dropped off at our table. It comes with your food. Comes included. You don't have to pay for it. Some Mexican restaurants actually have to pay for chips and salsa on the side. This one just comes with it. I'm going to give the chips and salsa a shot here. Let's see how it is. I basically evaluate all Mexican restaurants by how good I think their chips and salsa are to start. So let's see here.
I'm going to try it. I like spicy salsa, and I have a feeling this is not going to be spicy. Steve won't go to Mexican restaurants that have spicy salsa. So I usually get like a side of it and put it in my salsa. I'm going to go ahead and try this.
Yeah, what do you think?
It's good. It's not spicy at all. I wish like they would have a lot more heat, because he probably really likes it because there's no heat at all. But it's good.
Oh, love it. So good. It is very mild. Like there's no spice. There's literally no heat whatsoever. So I'll be honest, I love it. I'm digging it. But I think you probably don't like it at all. Because it's very tomatoey. It's got really thick chunks of tomato. Yeah, it's got a lot of tomato in it. So, like that's like one giant tomato. But I mean, I like it. But I love tomatoes. I love tomato juice. Tomato anything, really. Really good. It's got onions in it. I can taste the onions, cilantro, a little bit of peppers, but super mild. Like literally super mild. I think even I could take a little bit more heat, a little bit more spice, I think. So flavor-wise, I like it. The chips are good. Nothing to write home about chip-wise. I think it's just standard chip. You use a little bit more salt. But yeah, take the chips and salsa.
I, on the other hand, will be waiting for the tableside walk, because I mean it's fine, but I'm not gonna like fill myself up on chips and salsa. That's just all right. It's only just all right to me because it's not hot. So.
Yeah, like she said, when we go to Mexican restaurants, she usually asks for a hot salsa, and if they don't have the hot salsa, then she'll ask for hot sauce of some kind, and then put that in the salsa. So whenever we find a Mexican restaurant that has mild salsa for me and hot salsa for her, it's like the perfect marriage. Unfortunately, a lot of those don't exist. They just have like one salsa. So, and then sometimes there's a hot salsa, but it's like super weird. It's like a paste. So it can be tricky. But I personally like this salsa quite a bit. But if you're looking for a spicy salsa, this isn't going to be the one for you. All right, we got the tableside guac here. She's gonna make it the way she likes it, because if it was up to me, there'd be extra tomatoes in there, and we don't get it with too many tomatoes, so that she doesn't have to. Man, does that look good. Got a lot of different ingredients there. Got some salt going in. Ooh, fresh lime juice. Is there any way we could get extra lime in there? Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of tomatoes there. Sure, she's over there cringing. We got onions and then, ooh, is that garlic? Ooh, yum. Cilantro. Jalapeno. So it looks like we got all the ingredients except the green olives. She didn't want the green olives in there. Boy, does that look good. Oh, there it is. Yeah, the extra lime juice. Mmm. Oh, that's so good. I think he's done this before. Ooh, right. Thank you. Okay. It'll be great, I'm sure. Thank you. Oh, boy, does that look good. Oh, look at this. Just the color alone. Like when it looks like that really vibrant green color. You know, sometimes you get guacamole. It's got like this brown. There's nothing. It just doesn't. Nothing beats like that fresh guacamole. Okay.
He did that really fast. I feel like he was at our table for less than a minute. I'm gonna try it. It looks so good. I didn't get any olives in it because I do not like olives at all. It's really good. It's really, really good. I love guac, and we got extra lime juice, and you can definitely taste that, and it made it really, really good. I taste the cilantro and the garlic and the lime mostly. But it's really, I love it.
How's the tomato?
I'm dipping around the tomato. I don't like tomatoes. But yeah, it's good. Okay, so I got the blood orange margarita. It has two different kinds of tequila in it, blood orange and lime. So I'm going to taste it. It has a little bit of salt around the rim. I wish it had a little more, or a lot more, because I like salt. But I'm going to taste it. It looks good. Oh, it's good. You can definitely taste the orange. And I like orange flavored drinks a lot, so I love it. I taste a little bit of the lime, but mostly orange. So yeah, it's really good.
All right, so she says the guacamole's good. I want to give it a shot. I think it might be the best guacamole I've ever had. I mean, I'm not even kidding. And here's the thing. I've only recently started to like guacamole. I've not really ever been a fan of it in my life. And the more we do the tableside guac, the more I've liked it. I think it's because the guacamole I've had when I was younger was always like trash guacamole. Like some busted guacamole at some weird restaurants. And since we started doing the tableside guac, I don't know if that's just because it's at like nicer upscale restaurants where they do tableside. I'm really starting to get like a passion for these things. And I love having to make it how I like it, with a little bit more onion. I like more tomatoes. She doesn't like them at all. And then more lime or lemon, whatever they're going to put in it. A little extra salt. I mean, this, it just all works together. Like I'm getting the garlic. The garlic is coming through. The salt is just the perfect amount. The tomatoes, the onions, like there's like different sizes of onions in there. Like finely diced onions. but then like some thick chunks of onions, which I really like because it gives it some texture. Sometimes guacamole is just like flat and pasty, and this guacamole is like nice and it's got some good chunkiness to it, some bite to it. I actually think it could use more heat, a little bit more spiciness even for me. So we probably we could for learning lesson for next time. I think we could have went a little heavier on the jalapenos. Maybe I just haven't gotten a jalapeno, but maybe so that's a good thing. But man, I tell you what, that lime, the extra spritz of lime there that we got at the end, it's so good.
You can't stop eating it.
Yes, I think she's actually gonna eat the whole bowl. And it was what, $12.99 I think? $12.99 for the tableside guac. I don't know. We'll fix that and post if that's the wrong price. But anyway, it's really, really good. Highly recommended. Do the tableside guac. It just came back not too long ago. It's been on hiatus, and so I was really excited to see it because I have not tried their tableside guac here. So fantastic. We're just gonna keep eating it. All right. So here's our food. We shared a combination fajita, so it's this is the one person's portion that we're sharing between two people. They do have a two-person portion size. This is a single portion. We also got a side of the cilantro lime rice, which looks really good. Let me set that aside. We got extra sour cream, so this doesn't come with it. So this is what you would get. Looks good. Some flour tortillas here, some cheese, lettuce. I don't know why they gave me a side of guac. It didn't say that there was a side of guac on the menu that came with this. And I'm going to assume that this guac is not nearly as good as that fresh tableside guac, so I probably am not going to eat that. But just so you know, it does come with a side of guac with the fajitas. A little bit of the salsa, some sour cream. And then again, we got the combination. So it has both chicken and steak, you can see. Chicken actually looks really nicely cooked. It's got some peppers and onions and the steak. And the waiter, when I talked to the gentleman here, he did tell me that the steak does come out medium. I'd say that's bordering on a little bit over medium. I'd say medium well, but it's pretty tender. So just so you know, you can get it cooked the way you like it. You can get it well done or rare. Just depends. So yeah, I think we're going to dig into this. So far, so good. Looks really quite good. And take a look at this onion here. These onions, peppers. I mean, this onion has just such a great char on it. I mean, it's very, sometimes you get the fajita plate, and I feel like there's so much sauce in the plate that it almost like boils the fajita. And this one's actually really, dry. I mean, not dry food, but the skillet's dry enough to where it's actually really charring the meat and charring the vegetables, which I really love, and it gives it just such a great flavor. So let's talk about the chicken first. She actually doesn't eat her fajitas usually with the tortilla. She just kind of eats the pieces independently. And so I want to talk about the chicken. She's going to go for the chicken. I'm going to do the steak. So what do you think of the chicken here?
I love the chicken. I'm really picky about meat. I'm picky about food. You probably noticed that by now, but I'm really picky about meat, and I have to feel like it's like quality, otherwise I'm not going to eat it. And this is very, very good. It is very quality, don't you think? Yeah, I don't eat the tortilla, I just kind of eat the fajita deconstructed. So I have the vegetables, the peppers, and the onions, and the chicken just by itself, and sour cream. And that's how I eat it. My fajitas.
I'm going to give the chicken a try too, just a small bit. Yeah. I mean, that chicken flavor is so good. Just really quality chicken. Again, I think because it just feels like a higher end Mexican restaurant, the meat quality is so good. I mean, that's like pure white meat chicken. Sometimes you get that scraggly chicken in a fajita at other Mexican restaurants, kind of like thin little strips. And I mean, you can see here, I'll just hold it up. I mean, this is like a big quality piece of chicken, and it's just really good. It's charred around the edges, got a great flavor to it. The texture is good. It's not rubbery. You get the weird rubbery chicken. And if it's rubbery, it goes right back. We won't eat it. So absolutely fantastic chicken. So I'm gonna try the steak now. So here we go. I've put my steak together into an actual, sort of fajita wrap here. I'm gonna give it a try. I think I took too big of a bite. It's so good. So I've got the tortilla. It's not as good as flour tortillas that I've had before that are sort of homemade. Like they make them right there. They're thicker. You got the little like floury dust on it. These are more like a packaged tortilla, so it's not great, but it's good. I've got the cilantro rice in there, a little bit of sour cream, some cheese, some lettuce, a little bit of the peppers and onions, and then the steak. The steak is actually really good. I'm just going to do the steak independently here. It's really well cooked. I think it's over. It's almost verging on well done, and it's not dry. It's not dry, and it has a great flavor. And it is steak. It's not like spindly little pieces of beef. But all together, when you wrap it all in the tortillas, it's all working very well. So every single ingredient in here is quality, and it's just a great fajita. So if you compare Mexican restaurants with their fajitas, this is one of the best, I think. All right, so we just finished up our dinner at Antojitos.
So good.
Authentic Mexican food, and I mean, I feel like I'm gonna blow.
It never disappoints.
I literally feel like I'm gonna blow chunks of more. Like
I ate way too much guac.
I literally barely even ate the fajitas that we got because I ate so much guacamole and so much chips and salsa.
We didn't even eat all of the fajitas that we shared.
No, I really think that the next time we come, I think we're just gonna get chips and guac.
Sounds good to me.
And maybe some salsa and a drink. That's it.
Yeah.
I do want to addendum. The Tableside guac was $14.95. It was not $12.99. So it's $14.95. Not too bad. And the blood orange margarita was $14.50. So not bad. The fajitas that we shared was about $20, and then we got the extra rice. So, but I will say they do take the annual pass holder discount here. So if you've got the annual pass, Universal, you can use it here to save you a little bit of money. So I think we saved about $5 or so. So it's great. Overall, fantastic. Ate too much.
Great
Highly
weather.
recommend. Yeah, the weather is just fantastic. It's just been it was so good. There was no live music tonight though, so unfortunately, but still good music, good food, good fun. Tableside walk great. Highly recommend it. So thanks for joining us, and the Noble Way is
The easy way.
the easy way. Thanks for joining us.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.